Well, hello there. How are you? Hello. Today I come to you, it's pretty late right now. It's late. So I have these lights right here and I'm blinded right now, to be honest. But I want to share with you a book review on a book that I read a couple of days ago, and I can't get it out of my head because it was just so thought-provoking and beautiful and tragic and sad, and just I went through an emotional roller coaster with this book, and I just need to share it with you because when you read something like that, more people need to read it if you have not. So today I'm going to be reviewing Flowers for Algernon by Daniel Keyes. Gorgeous book. Read it. Drop everything before we even... Okay, go. Also, I read this book because Sam from Sarcasm in Sci-Fi, this is one of her favorites, if not her favorite. I'm not sure. I'm gonna link her down below in the description because she's a great channel, and she has a great channel. She has a great channel, and she's wonderful. She loves science fiction. Check her out. Can't speak today. Check her out, please, and subscribe if you have not already. Before we start talking about the book itself, I want to talk a little bit about Daniel Keyes because I didn't know anything about him before reading this book, and I did my research. I found out a bit about him, and whoa is all I can say. So first off, Daniel Keyes, he was born in 1927, and he actually passed away about 5 years ago in 2014, so he's no longer here, but he left behind a great book. Also, during the 1950s, he worked for Atlas Comics under Stan Lee. Now, for those that don't know, I didn't know this, I don't know anything, but Atlas Comics later evolved into Marvel, which you could say technically in some way Daniel Keyes worked for Marvel. Not really, sort of, kind of. Let's just go with that, okay? So I thought that was really interesting. But later on, after like the 1950s, when he stopped working for Atlas Comics, he then became a creative writing teacher. He taught for several universities. I think Ohio State University, was it Ohio? The Ohio University and Wayne State University. And then, yeah, that's all I know about Daniel Keyes. So pretty cool dude, I guess, maybe, perhaps. But moving on to Flowers for Algernon. So this was initially published as I think a short story in 1956 in an issue of the Science Fiction and Fantasy magazine. It was later expanded into a full novel that was published in 1966. It won the Hugo Award. It won the Nebula Award. So it's well awarded, well acclaimed. So you should read it for that alone. There you go. Moving on, let's actually talk about the book itself, Flowers for Algernon. So this book follows our main character, Charlie. Charlie is mentally disabled. He is given the opportunity to go through a procedure to increase his intelligence. Now, a test run was done on animals, and there was a success with this rat named Algernon. Because it went well with Algernon, they decided to do tests on humans. So Charlie was given the opportunity, and we see the success of the operation, and we see Charlie grow in intelligence over time. Now, this story is really interesting because it's written in progress reports from Charlie's perspective. So we actually see his progress from before, during, and after. So it's really interesting because you see his writing in and of itself in the beginning, and I wouldn't say it's necessarily hard to follow, but you could tell that he struggles with writing because of the misspellings and whatnot, but that gradually improves as the operation takes place and we see him improve over time. And it's so interesting how the character grows within this story. Now, as well with this story, we follow Charlie as he grows or doesn't grow emotionally in a way, because he's kind of stunted in his past life because he's starting to remember how he was treated before this operation. He sees how his family viewed him. He sees how his co-workers actually treated him when he thought that they were his friends, but truly they were just making fun of him and using him in a way. And that really breaks Charlie emotionally, and he's not able to grow in that way, while his actual knowledge intelligence wise is growing. So it's a weird dynamic that's going on, and it's really heartbreaking to see Charlie just as a person want to be viewed and loved as just who he is, but he's just seen as an object really by the people around him, by the scientists, because he was a project, and that's all he's really seen as. He's seen as a project, and people are wondering how he's going to turn out, and he just wants to be a person. He just wants to be here, alive, in the world, you know? And I think it's really sad because it really plays at the question of, you know, people's kindness, how people view intelligence as so valuable, and how we ourselves, how we kind of look down at others that are, you know, not doing as well as us, or how we see others that are mentally challenged and whatnot. I think it's really sad in that way, because we often, do you see them as people themselves, or do you just see them as a thing? And I think that's really sad to kind of strip that in a way, because we shouldn't be thinking that at all. We should not really put ourselves on this high pedestal just because someone you know, is not at our level yet, you know, if their journey is different, if they haven't got to a place yet, or because they can't, like Charlie, because they are disabled in this way. So it really had me thinking about those things, and I think it really puts the reader, if you're reading this, I think it really throws that in your face, really, because I think it's really important to just treat others, you know, the way you want to be treated, and to just kind of try to spread kindness, and not to just, just be kind. Just be kind. That's what I got from this book, really. And I think what's so tragic about this book is that, reading from Charlie's perspective, you really want him to, you know, see humans in a good light. You really want him to get along with the world, but gradually over time, as his knowledge increases and how he's constantly disappointed with the people around him, and once he gets on such a almost genius level, he really sees humans as just these flawed things. You know, we're not perfect, we're all flawed, and I think that's something to accept and just reflect on, and just try to grow from, and just to be better constantly. But I don't know, this book has just got my mind in a whirlwind, and I think it's something to be said when a book really does that to you. So I think this is a gorgeously written story, and it's tragic, and it's just, it will wreck you emotionally, but I think that it just should be read by everyone. So with that being said, that is Flowers for Algernon by Daniel Keyes. That is my review. I loved it. It's amazing. Please read it if you have not. And yeah, that's all I have to say. I'm really tired right now. Let me know if you have read this. What are your thoughts and opinions? Do you plan to read this? I hope you do. Yeah, give this video a like if you would like to. That would be great. If you're interested, I have a Patreon if you'd like to support this channel. I will link that down below. All my social media links are down there as well. And I am gonna go. So I hope you guys have a great day or night wherever you are. And I will see you in another video very soon. Bye.